The trend of the day is daily or once a week or at least once a month we are seeing cases of intercaste marriages between the couples of different beliefs, of different cultures, of different various belongings. You know why we are listening it today? To be precise, more commonly, which was used to be rare some many years ago. But why are we listening these cases on, let's say, monthly basis or weekly basis? There is a very good cause behind this. In today's connected world, due to technological improvements, due to internet connections, people are very much connected to each other. This have the corollary of people belonging to different backgrounds come to a basic one platform. Say for example, WhatsApp is a platform, but it is not necessary that only a person belonging to a religion can use a WhatsApp. WhatsApp is being used or can be used by anyone, and WhatsApp is a platform where that person can connect to other person of different background. Similarly, today connectivity is more improved by way of transportation. Now a person can easily connect from South India, or can easily go or travel from South India to North India. Why? Because of enhanced transportation technologies today we have as compared to many years ago. Earlier, it used to be very costly and time consuming to travel from a place to another place. But today, due to high speed super fast trains, airplanes, that too with reasonable fares, has helped people to afford the tickets and connect with each other. Have you heard about the term cosmopolitan? Cosmopolitan is a city where you can find people belonging to almost every background. Means you can find a person of a Hindu person, Muslim person, Jain person, Jew person, Farsi person, Marwadi person, Telugu person, Malayali person, person of Tamil speaking community, person of other backgrounds. Each background, whichever background is known in the world today, person belonging to each background you can find on that place. That place is known as cosmopolitan city. And today we have one or two cosmopolitan cities in India, that is Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai. So, you know, you when born out of your mother's womb, you are not socialized with your surroundings. So you slowly get socialized with your parents. Means your parents take care of you, you become acquainted with your parents, you become friendly with your parents, you become known to your parents. Slowly, as you grow up, you become known to many other persons. You become known to your just neighbor, you become known to your other family relatives. The very first socialization of a child is generally he is known at least to his parents. Then with the later stage of life, he becomes socialized with other persons also. The meaning of socialization in simple terms is becoming familiar, becoming known, becoming acquainted with other people. If you are being socialized with some person A, this means you are slowly knowing person A, and person A is also slowly knowing about you. You are slowly knowing the name of the A, the name of the parents of the A, maybe the habits of the A, and many other things related to A. Similarly, A is also knowing many things related to you. This is the simple definition of socialization. Means persons in your society, society, you are getting known with those persons. That turns out to be socialization. So, in today's world, today's connected world, no matter in terms of transportation or in terms of technology, internet, today anyone can be easily socialized with almost any person of any background. Today, a person belonging to religion A can be easily socialized with a person B belonging to religion B. On Facebook or Instagram or in the school classroom, especially in the cities like Delhi, Bengaluru and Mumbai, the cosmopolitan hubs. In today's date, you will hardly see any classroom in cities like Delhi, Bengaluru and Mumbai of having every student and each student belonging to only one background, one religion or one culture or one language community or one background only. It is very difficult to find a classroom in these types of cities today where every student belongs to a one background, and day by day, rather I would say year by year, it is becoming common that in the classrooms of Delhi, Mumbai and Bengaluru, you can find students of diverse belongings. You can also find a student of Hindu faith. You can also find a Muslim student. You can also find a Christian student. You can also find a Tamil student. You can also find in the same classroom, it is possible, a Kashmiri student. So, why? Because of the main cause behind this is connectivity, either by transport or by technology. So indirectly, classroom is also becoming like a platform where students of different belongings, different background can come together and study. And if they come together and study together, it is quite normal for them to know each other. So socialization will begin likewise. A Hindu student may know a Muslim student may know a Christian student may know a Tamil student. Similarly, each student may know each student gradually. Why? Because of socialization. Socialization is something which is natural. Anyhow, you would tend to know each other. Willingly or unwillingly, that doesn't matter. But if a person is in your class, if his name is being called out in attendance, you will obviously hear his name. So you will easily know names of each other and you will easily become friends of each other. That is the thing. That is the natural thing. That is socialization. And socialization doesn't stop here. There are very much effects of socialization. Slowly, gradually, you become friends in a class with different backgrounds. You slowly, or a student slowly makes a type of bonding with everyone. And at that age, at a small age, a child does not know about many things about religion or societal stereotypes, that if you are belonging to this religion, then you shouldn't talk or should not marry to the person of that religion. Similar things a child doesn't know. And naturally, from the small age till 12th class and or sometimes even till the undergraduate college life, there is a very high chances that a girl belonging to a different religion and a boy belonging to a different religion may build a friendly relationship, or a relation of love may become a girlfriend and boyfriend in almost 15 years of their student life, because they have studied in same classroom and further in same college. And then what turns out to be that they may marry. Similar thing which I have narrated just now, this is a story common to every intercaste marriage, almost every intercaste marriage, not every, almost every intercaste marriage. They used to study together, or they used to work under an area together. So slowly and gradually they develop a feeling of love towards each other. So why? Because there is a common platform under which they come together, and due to socialization. So it is a quite natural for a human being. That's why in today's date, due to enhanced connectivity, enhanced transportation system, people are from different background, from different areas gathering in urban areas. And in urban areas, you will by default see persons belonging to different backgrounds. So I predict in future the cases of intercaste love or marriage will not going to be decrease, rather it will increase. And no matter how family is against their relationship, how society is against their relationship, even state is against their relationship. That doesn't matter, because if a couple makes a true love, then this is the quality of love, that when two persons love together, they don't see even their face, they just feel each other. This is the meaning of love. And if they don't even see their each other's face, they just feel each other, so their name is very far, and religion is too far to be recognized by each other. So, and no matter how society scolds, no matter how their family members are against their relationship, no matter even state is against their relationship, if they are a true lovebirds, then they can go to at any point, at any limit, to express their love. This is the, I don't say that power of that intercaste couple or inter background couple. This is the power of love which that couple possess. And remember one thing, no matter how strong, how muscle power is having their family members, their society or the state to stop their relationship, the power of love, before the power of love, the muscle power can't do anything. It has been seen in the history. The power of love, you understand, like a rose, a sensitive rose, and it gives so good fragrance that even an angry person can become calm once he smells a rose on daily basis, scientist says. And these family members, society and state are like a stone. The ignorant of the smell of the rose, fragrance of the rose, and also unconscious about the rose. No, I don't deny that rose is so sensitive in front of a stone, but a rose is useful for even an angry person, but a stone is only useful to kill that rose. No other use here we can recognize. Similarly, at what extent you are going to stop the intercaste marriage? It is the inevitable reality. Maybe not of today, but maybe after 50 years or 100 years, or you may see your children or your grandchildren having an intercaste spouse. There is a very high prediction about this thing, because you can't stop the connectivity of the people, and socialization is a natural process.